recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You're like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
Aaron.
I haven't started cooking more, but I have started thinking about cooking more, so I've looked at a lot of recipes for things. Mostly cocktails.
Zakia.
I'm a very happy evil genius.
Yeah.
And Nick.
For all the listeners out there, if you spend enough money, you can be where I am today.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I am here today with Mr. Chris Hollister. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Jonathan, welcome to Ted Lasso week in the Hollister family house, or at least
no spoilers, please.
No,
spoilers, please.
Absolutely will not. But it's good to have or Coach Lasso back for sure.
Coach Lasso,
yes,
very good, Chris. We have. I can't call.
I know. I'm so excited about this. Yes.
But one of our favorite folks here at OMG is Kit Sekelsky. Hello, Kit.
Hello, it's me. How's it going?
And in all fairness,
great.
OMG would not run nearly as well as it does without Kit. Let's just be honest here.
It would certainly not. And the reason for that is that it wouldn't. It did run before Kit, Chris. God. It's just a matter of I can't do the stuff I am doing if I'm doing the stuff that Kit is doing, which is stuff that when I posted way back when, however long ago this was, and said, I need somebody who likes these things because I hate these things.
I like doing repetitive tasks.
I cannot stand it. And so she volunteered once upon a time and has become, people like to say, you're the most important person on the team.
Also, don't say volunteer, Jonathan. You pay me.
That's a really good point. I do pay you. Gosh. Yeah. Okay. Well, then, thank you.
Thank you for hiring me.
Is it time for a raise? I'm not just saying. I'm just saying.
She got an unasked for raise once upon a time. The years do fly by, Kit.
Yeah, it really does.
Kit has never asked for a raise, but she has gotten raises because I wanted to show her how valuable she is.
Accurate. Thank you.
I want to introduce our guests.
We got some great guests today. I'm excited about this. Yeah, this is
first
awesome.
First timer, Mr. Rich Aycock is with us. Hello, Rich.
Hey, Jonathan. Excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. I'm looking forward to getting to know you a little bit better. But before I do that, I need to introduce Mr. Marcus Plaisance. Hello, Marcus.
Hey, Jonathan. How's it going today on August 9th?
I saw the grin on your face as I said Plaisance.
You're the only one.
I still love it. Okay. I want to get to know each of you a little bit better. Rich, let's start with you. Please tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hey, so
no. Scratch that.
Yeah, wait.
Where you're from, what you do, and tell us something that reveals a little piece of your nerdiness.
Okay. All right. I'll switch it up. I'm from outside of Chicago in the western suburbs, Naperville, for anybody who's familiar with the area. I'm a program manager with the product division of a security company. It's about as exciting as it sounds. And something kind of nerdy about me is I was a soccer player growing up. And then in high school, I started playing ultimate frisbee with some friends. And I've played that competitively ever since. Competitively becomes, it's in bigger and bigger air quotes the older I get. But still playing with the same group of friends I played with since college. So
That's
where were you in college when you played?
At U of I in Champaign.
So my stepson Isaac is very big into ultimate frisbee now. He started FSU last year and joined an intramural team. And their intramural team is like a college league team where they travel to tournaments with other colleges and stuff. The community around ultimate frisbee seems to be amazing, Rich. Is it as good as it seems like it is?
It's the reason I'm still doing it.
I love that. Beautiful. All right. Well, Rich, we are glad you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Marcus, please tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something that reveals a little bit about your nerdiness. Oh, my God. Why is my mouth not working?
My name is Marcus Plaisance. I am from, for the first time, St. George, Louisiana, Louisiana's newest city. I am an appellate attorney. And I'm excited to answer this new question because this is actually the third question that you've asked podcast guests, at least since I've been a part of the
really?
podcast.
I don't remember the first one.
You originally asked, "How did you get into trivia?" That was.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
I
was looking at my notes.
Yeah.
So I was looking at my notes. My first episode was those damn halogens, and that was the question that you asked at that time.
Wow.
And so this is the third iteration of, at least for me, the question. So I asked my wife what is proof of my nerdiness, and she said my love of Star Trek. So I'm gonna have to go with that.
Can confirm. So unknown fact. We have a Star Trek bonus episode in the works right now. Recording is coming up in a couple of weeks, and there has been. Usually whenever we do a bonus episode, there's a chat created for the people that are going to be participating. And this one started about a month before the recording did because we were pulling the people together that are going to be participating. It's one of the most active chats I'm in. The folks on this chat are engaged, and I love it. It's so cool. And Marcus is one of these.
I am in that chat just organizing the times, and it has been very hard to sift through just the delightful amount of nerdiness to be like, okay, I understand that we need to catch up on these shows. What days are you available?
It has been like the from 1 to 10 of like, what does the chat mean to me? It is a 10 of intimidating encouragement because it's like, okay, these other people really know about Star Trek. I better go and study and read and watch and prepare because I don't think I like Star Trek as much as them. They love it a lot. So it's been fun.
Hey, Marcus, real quick. So tell me why Lower Decks is the best Star Trek show out there right now. Go.
I really could say something super controversial, and I will. So Lower Decks, what I like most about Lower Decks, and Discovery is a love it or hate it series, I think. Lower Decks, spoiler alert, Lower Decks technically writes Discovery out of canon if you really pay attention to the last episode. So the unfortunate byproduct is, does it write Strange New Worlds out of canon? I don't know. It may be part of canon, but part of an alternate universe. But Lower Decks is great. It's animated and people have purple hair. It's wonderful.
It is. It just makes me happy. It's so much fun.
People and their canons. I tell you what.
Boom,
Marcus, I'm so glad you're here. By the way, according to Kevin Thomas up in the Cleveland area, you've been here a long time. You put the OG in OMG.
Awesome.
All right, guys, it's time to get this thing started right now. Let's do some warming up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
All right, everybody. Today's Warming Up Chris is brought to you by Chris Hollister. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
I don't know why I always do that, but it makes me chuckle every single time. So your question is this. Charles Schulz drew Peanuts for nearly 50 years, from 1950 until the day before he died in 2000. I want you to name any of the 19 characters generally recognized as the strip's major and supporting cast.
Oh, that's a really cool one, Chris. I love it.
So Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been in actually Apple TV just has a new Peanuts show out called The Snoopy Show. And so
you just took an answer from us though. That hurts.
Crap, I really did. All right, so 18. Anyway, so Rich, we're going to start with you, sir, since you are the newbie on the show. What do you got?
All right. Well, you took Snoopy, so I'm gonna take the next easiest one, and Charlie Brown.
All right, Chuckles himself. Yes, he is basically me without the squiggly lines on the back of my head. So well done. All right, Marcus, over to you, good sir.
I am going to say, I think this is right. Pigpen?
Pigpen, yes, absolutely. He travels in a permanent cloud of dust and dirt, and but other than that, he stays fairly quiet. So well done with the Pigpen. All right, Kit.
I'm going to say.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to say Franklin.
Yes, absolutely. The very first black character in Peanuts.
The very first token character.
The story behind,
and we respect it. That is groundbreaking. That's not meant to be an insult. That is a needed thing. But he was for sure thrown in there for that.
If you ever get a chance to read how Franklin was created, just do so. It's a beautiful story. It really, really is. So, all right. So, Jonathan, you get 2 picks because we're going in fantasy football draft order.
Serpentine. Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I'm going to hick. I'm going to hick.
Hiccup.
I'm going to. I don't have a lot of names, honestly. I named about 8, and y'all took 3 of them. But I'm going to hit a couple that we don't know has admitted that they're a couple or not, but they sure seem like a couple. I'm going to say Peppermint Patty and Marcy.
All right. You gave 2 names, which you cheated. Actually, no, because I gave you 2.
You just asked me to give you 2 names, Chris.
I was figuring you give me one and then give me the other one. That is on me.
I was giving you a couple.
You're right. No, you're right. You did it right.
Keep saying that.
Shut up.
It's good.
Anyway, okay. Anyway, you're 100% correct on both of them. So very well done. Kit, over to you.
We're going back and forth because I just went, didn't I?
Yes.
He's doing a serpentine draft style thing.
Yes.
All right. I missed that. All right. I'm going to go Lucy then.
Yes. Lucy Van Pelt. 100%. The psychiatrist is in his house. Well done. And by the way, if she keeps pulling that football from Charlie Brown, I'm gonna have to throw some fists. I'm not gonna lie. Just makes me mad. All right, Marcus, over to you.
I'm so glad people didn't say the 3 things I had written down.
I bet they're the same 3 that I still have written down.
It might be. I don't know if this is going to be one or not, but at least from the shows and the movies, the teacher, the womp 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 teacher.
Well, the teacher does not have a name, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it to you.
We're back up to 19.
I'm feeling up juicy, or a little oozy, so that sounds great. So well done, Marcus. All right,
Thank
Rich, you get 2 now. So what do you got?
I don't know if I have 2. I'm going to go with Linus. I know Linus.
Linus Van Pelt, Lucy's younger brother. Well done.
And then, is it Ludwig who is always playing the piano?
It is not Ludwig. I am so sorry.
I thought it was a Beethoven pun. I can't think of the name.
He does love himself some Beethoven, so that's very true. But unfortunately, the name is incorrect. Marcus, we're back over to you.
I think the character that Rich was looking for is Woodstock.
It is not Woodstock, but Woodstock is a character. Well done. It is Snoopy's tiny little yellow bird friend.
How much I know about.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little sad that Kit did not answer that. So
that was going to be my next one. But
okay,
sorry,
fair
Kit.
enough. Well, Kit, we're back to you.
All right. I think I'm going to now guess that this was the one that Rich was going for. Schroeder.
Yes, Schroeder is the piano prodigy that loves him some Beethoven. So
I don't know if that's his. Yeah, I don't know if that's his first or last name, or if he has the other. But
all right, so we got Jonathan, and then we got one more round. So Jonathan, your last 2 picks.
I only have 1 name left, so one of these is good, and one of these is a guess.
Okay.
Charlie Brown's blonde-haired sister is named Sally.
Sally is 100% correct. Very well done.
And she seems to be like a couple years younger than the other kids, so she's like doing the hanger-on thing. There's actually some really interesting dynamics in the shows. But now I'm like, I don't even have faces left in my head. You won't give me credit for various things like the Red Baron or any of that, I assume, right?
No, that is incorrect because that was a character that
one of Snoopy's. Yeah, Snoopy was the original JD from Scrubs. By the way, he would think about something, and then all of a sudden, his imagination would take over, and we'd be watching his imagination. That's Scrubs.
You're not wrong. That's I love that summary. That's a good point.
Yeah. So I'm going to guess a name, and I'm going to say Melvin.
Melvin. Unfortunately, Melvin is incorrect. Now we're getting down to the tougher ones here, so it makes perfect sense. Kit, over to you for your last pick.
Yeah, I also have nothing left. And even though you just ruled out Snoopy's personas, that's all I've got. So I'm going to say Joe Cool.
Joe Cool, unfortunately, is incorrect. But yes, absolutely one of his personas. All right, Marcus, are you? Is it same with you? Is the question?
Yeah, I had the Red Baron written down. I'm gonna guess there's probably some random kid named James.
Unfortunately, not in this. That is incorrect. All right, so we're ending on a cold note here. Rich, can you warm us up a bit with your final one?
Well, it depends how generous you want to be. I crossed out the Red Baron and Joe Cool, but I still have the Great Pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin is also incorrect. But,
how dare you deny the Great Pumpkin, Chris?
Linus would be so mad at me. All right, so let's go over the ones. Everybody got the big ones, so very well done. So let's go over it. We have Frida. She is the girl with the naturally curly hair. We also have Linus and Lucy have a younger brother. His name is Rerun Van Pelt. All right, then you have Eudora. She's a soft-spoken girl who becomes Sally's friend. Then we have Spike, Snoopy's rail-thin mustachioed brother who lives in Needles, California.
Wow.
Yes, and lives among the cacti. And then you have the girl that Linus flirts with, Lydia. Lydia was the last character that was named. And then you've got the deep cuts, which are the three original friends or people that were with Charlie Brown when the strip began in 1950. And that was Patty, not Peppermint Patty, but Patty. That was actually two different characters. Shermie.
Oh, Shermie.
And then finally Violet, who Violet became Lucy, in other words, later on down as it.
So are these ones that you just named that that we hadn't run across?
Yeah, sure.
Spike, I know Spike was animated because that rang a bell.
Yeah.
The other ones, were they all comic strip specific, or were they on like the shows and movies?
They were early on comic strip specific.
That explains it. Okay. I got that. That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. I had a fun little deep dive with this last night because I was telling Marcus, I had a great warming up Chris set up. Marcus wrote it. And so I was like, okay, I need to come up with a new warming up Chris. So
I had forgotten about it. You could have used it.
Okay. Well, oh, well, anyway, but we got this one. So anyway, that is your warming up Chris question of the episode.
All right. That is fantastic. Guys, we are on the main feed today. This is episode number 596. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who is listening. Remember, you can get a lot more Trivial Warfare. I got some grief from someone recently because the outro says that signing up as a patron gives you access to over 150 archived episodes. And they were like, Jonathan, how long ago did you do that? And I looked, and it was 2018. There's over 400 archived episodes now that you can only hear as a patron. You go to trivialwarfarearmy.com if you want to become a patron in order to get access. And if you go hard into that patronage, you have the chance to come on the show, which we truly appreciate. And before he went hard. Before we go any further, I'd also like to give Kit the chance to talk about the Inkling. Kit, let's turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan. So if you have been listening to this long enough or have heard me on the show before, you probably have heard of the Inkling, also co-sponsored the calendar that we did back in the day. The Inkling is a semi-annual, once or twice a year, postal-based trivia competition. Has been compared to doing homework but fun, or the more complimentary trivia zine. I mail you in the U.S. Postal Service a packet of questions and an answer sheet. You have a few weeks with the questions. You can do it solo or as a team and then mail those packets back to me, the answers. And in very slow motion, I score them along with a friend of mine, and we post the answers. There's two divisions, the solo division and the duo division. The top prize, there is a prize, but it is called the Tolvu, which stands for Thing of Less Value, unfortunately. The prize is always guaranteed to be worth less than the entry fee. Along with those questions, you also get an enamel pin with the edition number on it, as well as a limited edition letterpress print, which is an art print with an illustrated fun trivia fact on it. Anyway, the reason I am talking about this is because signups for Inkling number 15 will be going live on September 1st, which should be a couple of weeks after this comes out. But if you want to be reminded, you can go to inklingtrivia.com and enter your email address to sign up for the newsletter. I don't spam you. You'll get an email when signups start. You'll get an email just before they end. And then you won't hear from me again for 6 to 8 months when I start the next one. Again, that's inklingtrivia.com.
I love it. Good job, Kit.
Thank you.
Seconded. I've done the Inkling multiple times. It is thoroughly enjoyable. It is a great way if you're kind of in a trivia desert, but you have one or two friends. Like, reach out to one of your friends and say, hey, do you want to do this together? And get on Zoom and do it together. It's a great way to hang out with your friend. So just giving that advice. One other thing really quick, and I'm going to make it really quick. We have a spelling bee coming up. This is going to come out on time for you to sign up. So right now, the links to buy a ticket are on the Trivial Warfare Army Facebook group. Tickets are $10 each. You can pay a $10 ticket to participate, which I hope that many more people will sign up to participate. I would love to have a good group. And you can also buy a ticket to spectate if you want. This is going to be a live stream opportunity. It will come out later as a bonus episode, probably way later. 6 months or more, because it's hard to do 2 episodes in 1 week. But I want to make sure you know that. And it's going to be a real spelling bee. So if that is up your alley, be sure to sign up. We're going to have a lot of fun. And with that said, it's time to start today's game. Today's matchup, it's Jonathan and Rich versus Marcus and Kit. Chris is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Play us. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
All right, everybody. I had some fun writing the questions, so hopefully it translates over. Also, a little intimidating anytime we have Jeopardy champions on. So, but I will do my best to make it a little bit more, a little fun for Kit on this.
You really hurt me, Chris. You hurt me that you don't consider me intimidating. When I'm on, it's not intimidating, but when Kit comes on, now you're intimidated. That hurts.
You're on every time.
So that doesn't mean I'm not special.
That's a base level of intimidation that he can tune out because he's so
used to it.
That's a fair
point, yes. Oh, 100%. If you do not think that there's not stress involved writing questions for you, Jonathan, then you're just wrong.
Okay, thank you. Gosh, man. Really losing my touch over here.
You're losing your religion, eh? All right. So here we go. Question 1 in round number 1. It is in televisiones. What television series created by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant is in the style of a British mockumentary that follows the staff of a fictional company called Warham Hogg in Slough, England?
Yep. We can lock in, Marcus.
Would you like to 3, 2, 1?
I think we can.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Of 1, a 2, a 3.
The Office.
The Office.
The Office.
Yes, the UK version of The Office, aka the original. That is factually correct. Well done, both teams. Your question number 2 in round number 1 is in myth. Myth, yes.
Myth.
And your question is this. In Norse mythology, what god is the father of the wolf Fenrir, the world serpent Jormundur, and the goddess of the underworld Hel?
So this person is both a father and a goddess.
Nope.
No, he's
Nope.
the father of the goddess, I
He's
think.
father of the goddess of the underworld Hel.
Father of the wolf, father of the world serpent, father of the goddess. Thank you.
All right, I think locked in, Marcus.
Yeah, we can lock in.
So, Rich, our conversation was basically, we feel like this is Loki, but it sure can't be Loki, right? But it feels like Loki, but it can't be Loki. What were you thinking?
I mean, I have it's just ringing a bell that it was probably because of the Marvel movies that, was looking into Norse mythology, and I just have the memory being surprised that, like, all right, so Loki is the father of a bunch of big monsters. Okay, sure, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like I have a memory, not from the movies, obviously, but just from whatever knowledge I have of Old Norse mythology. I have a memory of Fenrir being Loki's child. So we're gonna say Loki.
Okay. You said that with a question mark. Are you going to?
I did, because we're not really confident. It feels because of what Marvel has done with Loki, it has shifted what he is in my imagination. But that's our best answer.
All right. And Mild. Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot to give everybody your team names, by the way. So, Jonathan, Rich, can you tell everybody your team name, and then we'll go over to Kit and Marcus's.
Rich, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, our team name is, since the Odyssey is so topical right now, we are Euripides Nuts.
And shout out, for what it's worth, shout out to Rachel Schumann. A long time ago when we played trivia together on Gentleman Octopus, she had a list of team names that we would choose from with like 50 or 60 team names, and that came straight from Rachel's list.
That's awesome. All right. So, Kit, Marcus, can you introduce your team name and then go into your thought process?
Sure. So we were initially going through interests we have in common, which include bourbon and birds. So we were going to be the Wild Turkeys, but then we realized that that might be a little too potent for 10 a.m/9 a.m. on a Saturday. So we are the Mild Turkeys.
I love it.
Yeah, and so our thought, neither of us could really name Norse gods other than Odin, Thor, and Loki. So that had it narrowed down to 3. Marcus did suggest Loki first, so I'm hoping that it's not that, because then we were both thinking further and said that at the same time I said Odin feels like a Zeus type, fathering everything and everyone. And Marcus said Odin is everyone's father. That made a great joke that he can expound upon right now.
Yeah, I said in the case of 4 million year old Fenrir, Odin, you are the father.
Odin's like, what? No way.
We hope.
We hope. Yeah, so we locked in ultimately with Odin.
I did not have relations with that dog.
Oh, it tickled me when he wrote that. Oh, I was just like, oh, so good. All right. So your correct answer is the father, and it actually was the father. He was a dude, because he goes back and forth. Your correct answer is Loki. Loki is your correct answer.
Yes.
Yeah, Marvel bastardized the Norse mythology something fierce, because
they
the
nerfed him
movies,
big time.
Yeah, in the movies, Odin is Hel's father, and that's not the case. So
okay.
yeah. So yeah, that might be right where you got that in. So, all right, that's all right. Mild Turkeys is going to be coming storming back. And here's your category 3 and question number 1. It is in Tech Talk. And dang it, forgot to copy and paste. Sorry. All right, so your question is this. Which app originally launched in 2010 under the name Bourbon? It was rebranded around its square photos and vintage style filters.
Rich, do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. Sorry, the internet was cutting out for a second. We are locked in.
All right, so Mild Turkeys, you could talk it out.
All right, so our original thought on both sides, I guess we haven't locked in yet, so we can continue to talk about this, but we both thought Instagram initially. We just tried to think of some alternate options just in case it's not the first thought, but when I think photo sharing, I think Instagram, then I might think Pinterest, but the square photos and filters doesn't fit that. I know Snapchat's original name was Peekaboo, not Bourbon. Talking about the year it started, which was before I even had a smartphone. So I had Instagram on my iPod Touch in like 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a little late to the smartphone game. I had an iPod Touch.
Yep. My God. Yeah. They're like, there's people who don't want to adopt smartphones, but they want the stuff that smartphones do. What should we do? Let's sell them a totally new product that's not as good as the first product.
Here's the thing. I didn't want to pay for a data plan.
It's valid. That's the thing. It's like,
it wasn't that I didn't want to make calls with it. It was that I didn't want to pay an extra, $40 a month or whatever it was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I don't think we have anything else as strong as Instagram. So Marcus, what do you think?
Yeah. And for the people listening to this and 2036 or 2046, we used to have to pay for data. It was a thing. Like you probably don't pay for bottled water by then, but we used to pay for bottled water and we used to pay for data. I didn't know that if it is Instagram, that it was originally called Bourbon, but square photos and vintage style filters sounds like Instagram.
Yep. We'll go Instagram.
All right. So Euripides Nuts, what were you thinking?
We were thinking the same thing. Tried to think of something that wasn't Instagram and couldn't think anything else to fit. So we locked in with Instagram.
Yeah, we also noted that it is the first round, and we stopped trying so hard to think of other things it could be.
Your correct answer is, in fact, the gram itself. It's Instagram.
There we go.
All right. So after round 1, Euripides Nuts 30, Mild Turkeys 20.
I just realized that with the invention of mild turkeys, we also have the possible invention of mild stallions, which is it's like pulling out your violins.
All right. All right, everybody. Here comes question number 1 in round 2. And this question is actually brought to you by Michael Gerald. So thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
All right. And your question is this. It's a little chewy. So not tough chewy, but just a lot of words. Thank you. It's common knowledge that George Carlin was the host of the first episode of Saturday Night Live. But who is the host of the second episode? This person is a close personal friend of Lorne Michaels and authored a lengthy biography of Lorne in Vanity Fair in 2012. The musical guests for this episode included Randy Newman, Art Garfunkel, and Phoebe Snow, among others.
Chris, what was the category?
Actually, I just saw Rich post that. I don't think I did. The category was just simply Saturday Night Live.
Okay, we're going to lock in.
Oh, boy. We do not have a lot going on here. Just trying to think of comedians or comedic actors from that era. Like Richard Pryor, maybe, but...
Yeah, Saturday Night Live is one of those... trivia sinkholes for me. I'm not really. I think I told you in the chat. I don't know that I've ever watched a whole episode from start to finish.
I have, but not from that long ago. I'm trying to think if the musical guests are a hint, but it's not really helping me unless it's someone maybe like a director that these people did soundtracks for.
So the musical guests for the episode included Randy Newman, Art Garfunkel, and Phoebe Snow, among others. I mean,
are they all part of? Maybe they're all part of like Band-Aid or something.
Is Simon like Simon and Garfunkel. Would Simon have been the?
Oh, I don't hate that, Paul Simon.
I mean, I don't. If those are intended to be a clue, I don't know who Phoebe Snow is.
I don't either. If you just want to say Paul Simon, I'm okay with it.
I don't think we could talk for hours. I don't think we're gonna get anything better.
All right. Simon is our answer.
Okay. All right. And Euripides nuts.
I sure do hope that's not right because, Rich, I did think Paul Simon in my head, I discounted it as just not being it. And the reason I thought it is, okay, you mentioned Art Garfunkel. There's a connection to Simon. We went the other direction with somebody who's been associated with the show for many years, which is Steve Martin. The first host was a comedian. Why wouldn't the second host be a comedian? The show wasn't super well respected at all during that era, and so they were bringing on their buddies, and these are comedians. Their buddies are comedians. We know that Martin's one of the people who hosted the most times, which possibly indicates a friendship with Lorne. So we said Steve Martin.
One team got the clue. The other team did not take the clue. Your correct answer is Paul Simon.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
Good poll, guys.
Yep.
Paul Simon, or excuse me, let's see. Steve Martin's actually did not host his first episode of Saturday Night Live until the second season. So.
There you go.
They also had a lot of repeat hosts for the first season. I mean, like Paul Simon, I think hosted like 2 or 3 times that first season. So
I guess I do remember, and I didn't think of this even until after we had locked in, but I think he had a big part in that 50-year special.
All right, everybody. Well, your question number 2 in round number 2 is, I was told there'd be no math. AKA,
Okay.
Chris kind of sucks at writing math questions, but here we go anyway. Your question is this: what Greek letter, approximately equal to 1.618, represents the golden ratio and is the limit of the ratio between consecutive Fibonacci numbers? 30 seconds, teams.
Okay, we're going to lock in.
All right. So, mild turkeys, 30 seconds.
Yeah, we know it's not pi, and we're trying to think. I'm trying to think of the buttons on a graphing calculator. I mean, I think, like I said, it's not delta. That's just a change. I don't think it's beta. I think that's something used in finance.
Cosine.
It's not. I think. Yeah, I originally said E, but that's not a Greek letter by itself.
Yeah.
You want to lock in with theta?
Yeah, I'm good with theta.
Locked in.
All right, they're locked in with theta. So, Euripides nuts, what were you thinking?
All right, so there's no real knowledge here. Okay, so just starting with that, whatever I say after this is not based on Jonathan knowing anything. Fair? Fair. Okay. We had a reverse of this question a month or 2 ago, like the literal opposite. The host gave the letter and said, what is the number associated with this letter? And there was a clue in the question that led to the Fibonacci sequence. And I remember this because I'm the person who correctly did the math on the Fibonacci sequence to find that the ratio was 1.6 in between each of the jumps. And that's a big moment in my life, frankly, the first time I've ever logically reasoned out a math question. I do not fully remember what the letter was that was given, but I think it might have been epsilon. I think it might have been represented by E, because I have some memory of Euler's number being in my head at the same time, meaning Euler's number is, or Euler's number is E, which is not the same as this number, but that E and the epsilon E, maybe I'm getting them conflated. So we said epsilon.
Okay. By the way, Jonathan, hopefully you're not hearing Ringo, but Angie just got home, so he's going crazy. Okay,
you're good.
All right, excellent. Well, unfortunately, teams, it is 10 points to the great school of Flagler College. Your correct answer is phi. Phi.
P-H-I phi.
P-H-I phi.
It's close to pi.
Today I learned that pi is not a Greek letter.
What? No, it is.
How can are pi and phi both Greek letters?
Yeah.
Yes.
What letter is phi attached to?
Hold on.
I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't know phi was a Greek letter.
I think phi is probably the thing I'm thinking of, the letter I'm thinking of. It's a circle with a line through it.
I put it in the chat.
It's not kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I say what letter is it associated with, we can map most Greek letters to Arabic not Arabic numerals, to modern English letters. Pi maps to P. What does phi map to?
The Disney Y.
Amazing.
Let's see. Phi maps to the letters P, H, or F.
Yeah,
so when you look at the Greek alphabet and you're like, there's nothing for F there, that's phi.
I always wanted
PHI.
In college, I wanted to start a sorority called Sci-Fi. So
Oh, phi is clearly F. Jonathan.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us really had a chance to get that right. We both eliminated P for pi immediately.
I put in the chat. Phi came to mind, but I had nothing associated with it. So
yeah.
Oh, man. Sure did.
Yeah, well, the YouTube chat it's been great so far. But yes, somebody said that you guys were deep in Greek thought. So, all right, let's bounce off of that one. I hate it when I get points to Flagler College, but that's okay. It still gives me a shout out to my old school. Your final question, round number 2. Your category is do 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 do.
Are we gonna keep doing this?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting to do the second part, but you did it so well. I was just like, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep riffing. And your question is this: what African nation is home to Mount Kilimanjaro, the continent's highest peak, even though the mountain sits just a few miles from its border with Kenya?
All right. Looks like you agree. We're locked in.
I'm like 95% confident, which I don't think is quite enough for a 3-2-1. But my first thought, Marcus, is Tanzania. So as he was reading the question, I was like, oh, I can never remember if it's Kenya or Tanzania. And then Kenya got taken out of the equation for us. So I am 95% confident on Tanzania.
Yeah, same thought. I was thinking Kenya at first until he said it's not Kenya.
Yeah,
and
I think you
definitely
can
not
start
pi.
in Kenya and climb up it. But yeah, it's definitely not pi. That's true.
It's definitely not pi. Yeah, I like.
She's
Tanzania.
climbing up it.
Yeah, want to lock in with Tanzania?
Yes.
Okay, locked in.
All right, Euripides nuts. You just wanted me to wait and say your name.
No, I wasn't paying attention at all, actually.
Okay.
I had my mind on cats, actually. Yeah, so this is just kind of a thing that I think both of us knew. The home of Mount Kilimanjaro is Tanzania.
And we bounced back from a nobody getting it right to everybody getting it right. Your correct answer is, in fact, Tanzania. Well done, both teams. All right, after 2 rounds, we are all tied up. It is 40-40.
All right. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm literally 40, though. So that's
Your round 3, question number 1 is in not so hot science.
Science.
Cold.
Wow, I'm alone on that. All right, that's
what was
fine.
that? I know,
that's
right?
Fine.
That was science.
Too late. Too late. They don't get it. They're out.
I know, right? I know,
Man.
right? All right.
Loss of face.
Wait, Chris.
I think the other team should be penalized.
Kit, do we want to Sherlock?
No.
Ooh, you got an idea?
If you want to, I'll let you take the lead on that.
No, we'll save it.
Okay.
All right, it is saved. All right, your question in not so hot science.
Science.
Nice.
But the audio show that Jonathan rolled his eyes very exaggeratedly.
All right. Besides mercury, what metal, atomic number 31, has such a low melting point, just under 30 degrees Celsius, that it will liquefy in the palm of your hand?
So do you want to lock in, Kit?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All right. Euripides nuts. You can talk it.
So, Rich, Oh, you mentioned the melting point because it's in the question. I see. Okay. How just so that I have a good reference for how good you are at science and knowledge of that kind of stuff. Like, how do you feel when you think about your own science knowledge?
So I feel pretty good about this one. Also, given the industry I work in, it wouldn't be great if I get this question wrong, which is definitely setting me up for failure. But I believe that, some sprinkler systems are based off of, they have palladium as a detector, because when it melts, then it goes off.
And I feel like that melting point is higher than room temperature or than body temperature. The reason I'm in a different place, and we'll probably go with you because I'd rather go with you than to force an answer of mine, but I think this is literally the question that led Ben to say those damn halogens got me again. I think that bromine is a metallic submetal or whatever it is, the on the right hand side of the table.
The transitions. Yeah,
the transition metal. I feel like that's the one that melts in your hand. I could be wrong, and I will go with palladium, but that's what my memory is.
I'm pretty sure bromine is a liquid at room temperature.
That's what we're looking for. It is liquid at room temperature in your hand.
Room temperature would be 25 Celsius.
I see. So you're distinguishing between those two things. Could be right. And frankly, I'm going to go with whichever of those you want to go to, but I just needed to say it out loud in case you wanted to go that way.
I think we go with palladium, and I will suffer all the requisite embarrassment. I am incorrect about this.
We're locking in palladium.
All right. They locked in palladium. Mild turkeys, what were you thinking?
Not palladium. So now you got your conversation has me second guessing, but I was 100% on bromine being the other metal liquid besides mercury. I think especially because you said mercury, like besides mercury in the question. So that implies that mercury is one thing that fits within this definition. And mercury and bromine are always paired in my mind as being the metals with low melting points.
And if I remember correctly, in way back, episode 168, those damn halogens, Carmela was the host, and it was, I think, the midpoint. It was like name 4 or 5 of the however many halogens there were, and Ben was like, I got this wrong recently, so I'm gonna get it right again, because I think Ben was on my team with Asha, and we did not get it, and that's what triggered Ben to have a halogen episode, which was great. It was great, but yeah, I went with Kit on this one. I think it's bromine.
Yeah, that's what we locked in with.
Well, y'all, it is another 10 points to Flagler College. Your correct answer is gallium. Gallium is your correct answer. Bromine is not a metal.
Rich, I knew something sounded wrong about palladium, and I had this other thing in my head about bromine, but the thing that felt wrong was just, it was right next to palladium. It's right there in that little set of 5 down the, that's hard to remember those.
And I do know, I guess maybe I could have kept thinking, but
actually, you were out of time. You couldn't keep.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
well, no, you guys were out of time. They locked
we locked it first.
Oh, that's right. You had all the time you needed. Why didn't you get it right, Kit? Jeez.
No, I'm just thinking of a side trivia fact that I've heard about gallium, which is, and I don't think it's still happening because it's probably not very safe, but the scientists used to make spoons out of gallium as coffee stirs to prank their coworkers, because you would stick the spoon, which was metal at room temperature, into the coffee, and as you stirred it, it would melt into the coffee.
Isn't that dangerous, though?
Oh, yes.
I mean, you would know, but you would see it dissolve and then not drink the coffee, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I would hope they were like, you know what? Cream.
I mean, it would stay liquid all the way through you based on your internal body temperature.
It's true.
Yeah.
Maybe
but also probably leach into your bloodstream a bit.
That's it. Yeah, you're right.
But anyway, I put it in the chat though. No, bromine is not a metal. It's classified as a non-metal and belongs in the halogen group on the periodic table.
Damn halogen.
So I guess I was just thinking of elements that are metal at room temperature, not.
Marcus, those damn halogens got you again.
All right.
We need Ben.
All right. Hopefully, no one I work with listens to this show.
Man, you got to recommend it to your coworkers. That's, by the way, if you've never recommended Trivial Warfare to your coworkers and you're out there listening, come on, y'all, get with the program here.
Hey, I do it all the time. I actually had to write a biography for the website for where I work at, and I talked about being a Trivia Hall of Famer.
Nice.
So, yes, I did that flex. Anyway, all right, question 2 in round number 3. Your category is in sports ball.
Sports
balls. Anyway, your question is this: what golfer holds the record for the most men's major championship victories in history with 18 total?
Think we're going to lock in, Chris.
All right. Well, they're already locked in. So, mild turkeys. What you thinking?
So we're just naming golfers we can name, and I hadn't sent my message yet, but Marcus sent in order 3 golfers he could name, and I named the same 3, which are Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer. Marcus said the guy who drinks a lot but still plays, who I think is John Daly.
Yes. I was hoping, Kit, that when I found out you were my partner, you're the person who reads the emails that's like, oh, we're good at this. And I've never put sports. So I was hoping that you would be like, I'm going to pair myself with Marcus because I can make up for his lack of sports knowledge.
Not in golf. Baseball a little bit, hockey a little bit, not golf so much. But if it's the most majors, it's probably going to be one of these people we've heard of, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be somebody that has played for a while. It's going to be somebody that is a golfer.
Is it Nicholas? That's a guy too, right?
Jack Nicklaus.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds like a golfer.
Yeah. I know he came up as an answer in a bar trivia recently, and I can't remember what the question was. But he has some kind of record. That's not helpful.
Nicholas, I mean, Tiger Woods definitely is great and played for a long time, but recently has probably not won too many championships. Tiger could have like 15 or 16 and not 18. Oh, I hate to not say Tiger Woods, and it's like it's obvious that it's Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I know it wasn't one of the first ones I thought of, but just the fact that I remember Jack Nicklaus coming up in a trivia question recently, but I don't remember what the question was. It might have just been like, who participated in the most or who won the most at this particular event. But I would go either Tiger Woods or Nicklaus. You can flip a coin.
If you had some type of inkling about Nicklaus,
inklingtrivia.com.
Inklingtrivia.com. I would go with that, just and then at least it's not just saying the most obvious answer that may or may not be right.
All right. Let's lock in with Nicholas.
Okay. And Euripides Nuts, what were you thinking?
So
we were thinking we wish they'd stop talking.
Yeah. My father-in-law is a big golfer and was a big Tiger Woods fan, and that was always the thing. Hey, Tiger's on track to catch Nicklaus, but unfortunately, some late career struggles. I think he's on either 15 or 16, but probably unlikely to catch him. We went with Nicklaus.
He has more than doubled the number of DUIs, though, so got that going for him.
I don't know for lack of Nicklaus trying. I think just back in the day, stuff was swept under the rug a little more.
You know what? You might be right. I don't know much about that side of it.
Well, your correct answer is the Golden Bear himself. It is Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, man, I need to pull out my sports guy medal, which is a... So I recently 3D printed a little... So we have a running joke on my weekly bar trivia team that none of us are sports guys, but whoever has most recently correctly answered a sports question is honorary sports guy and has that title until the next time we get a sports question right. So I actually printed up a little 3D printed medal to pass around the team.
That's awesome.
If y'all don't have a person like Kit on your team who brings that kind of energy, you got to go find one.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I wish I had that. That's for sure. So, all right. Your final question in round number 3 is your Tribond question, but this is by James Fibert. So thank you, James.
Thank you, Mr. Fibert.
And his specific category name is non-medical Tribond. And your question is this. I'm going to give you 3 actors' names. I want you to tell me what they all have in common. Billy Piper, John Barrowman, Karen Gillan.
Okay, we're going to lock in. You guys can talk out loud.
So, yeah, Kit, I was just saying that you suggested the answer of Doctor Who, and it fits not medical because I guess Doctor Who's not a medical doctor.
That's correct.
Yeah, I get the general concept. He's like a time traveling phone repair person or something, but I want to watch it. It's on my list of things to watch, and I counted up one time the amount of content, and it was like a solid month, like 24 hours a day of 30 days.
You're starting
of
from like the
watching.
1960s.
There's a lot of skippable stuff in there, though, dude.
No, I'm like a purist. If I watch something, it has to be all of it, good or bad, and it has to be like from start to finish.
Wow.
And that's how I was listening to the other episode with Nick, the Warm It Up, where he knew all the TV bars, and I was like, yeah, I probably watch that much TV because I'll watch like an hour or two just like before bed, just leave it on, and while I'm doing work or cleaning up the house or whatever. And I was like, I could probably watch all of Doctor Who in a year if I really tried. And I think probably after the Star Trek episode, I think I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to do a full Doctor Who watch through.
So you know, and Chris, I don't know this. I'm going to say this for Chris because he wasn't here. He might ask you for more information. He might ask you to be more specific. Why don't you go ahead and tell him what you're thinking and see if he wants more or not?
Okay. So, I mean, we can like potentially lock in and then he can tell us if he needs more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, so we are talking Doctor Who, which I have watched starting with the Christopher Eccleston, have not been keeping up super recently, but enough to know who all 3 of these people are. Okay, so I think this is going to then be companions on Doctor Who. That is like an official like designation. So they are companions who have traveled in the TARDIS with Doctor Who. John Barrowman is, what's his name? Jack Harkness, who I don't think he was like for a whole season, like the companion, but I think enough that he would count. So yeah, is Doctor Who companion enough information for you, Chris?
That sounds perfect.
All right. Locked in.
Yeah. The reason I was suggesting that you needed more was that you were just saying Doctor Who without the companion part. And so I figured he would want more. We said the same thing. I'm not allowed to say that, but I did anyway. I knew that Karen Gillan for sure of Jumanji fame was first a sidekick on Doctor Who, and I'd heard the name Billy Piper in relation to that as well. So we locked in with Doctor Who sidekicks.
All right. Your correct answer, and I'm giving it to both teams, is actors who played Doctor Who companions. Well done, both teams.
Thank you.
All right. So going into the midpoint, it is a tight game. It is 60-60. The game's played a little harder than I thought it would, but still 60-60, not too terrible going into the midpoint.
60-60 is a good score. What are you talking about?
I know, but I'm usually trying to go for you guys having 80s, and
he just thought we were smarter.
Oh man, we're doing good, Chris. I feel good about what we're doing.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
You guys are jerks sometimes. Anyway. All right. Your midpoint category is brought to you by somebody I married 11 years ago today. It's August 8th. I married Angie 11 years ago.
Happy anniversary.
Jonathan was there.
Anniversary.
Yeah. Thank you. And I'm recording on my anniversary, which tells you how much love we have for each other. No, I'm kidding. We're actually going to the Melting Pot for dinner tonight. So very excited about that. Really excited. Oh, yeah. Anyway. But she saw this come around on her feed and was just like, I think this would be a good not warm it up, Chris, but a good midpoint question for you. And I was like, I think so too.
She says, I think this would be a good warm it up you question, honey.
She has said that before. That is very true. So, all right, your question is this. One of the strangest patterns in Matt Damon's career is how often his characters need to be rescued. For 5 points each, I want you to name the 4 Matt Damon movies spanning from 1998 to 2026 in which someone had to save his character. I will give you the years, and you're going to give me the movie. All right, so I'm going to first put the chat in here, or the question in here, and now I'm going to give you the movie, or the years, okay? The years are 1998, 2014, 2015, and 2026. And you do have to line them up correctly.
Okay, we're going to lock in.
Okay, so we're pretty sure 98 is going to be Saving Private Ryan. 2026 is going to be The Odyssey. Either 2014 or 2015 is going to be The Martian. And then you have more information on the other one and what order they might be in.
Yeah, so you suggested putting, before I listed this other movie, you suggested putting The Martian for both as just a strategy, and that way we would get 3 out of 4 instead of 2 out of 4. I think in Ocean's 12, which is the one where Ocean and his pals go to Europe, Matt Damon played a character, I think his name was Linus, who gets arrested, and his mom has to, spoiler alert, from 2014 or 2015. His mom has to come bail him out as like some pretend, person in Range Rovers, black Range Rovers pulling through Europe. So assuming that is the correct movie and that's the correct time period, I think The Martian was like 2015 because I try to tie it into like where I watched it for the first time, and I was definitely at home, but I think that's the year it came out.
I haven't seen either of these, but I would say that The Martian feels more recent. So
you have not seen The Martian?
I haven't.
Okay, we need to take a break at the midpoint for 2 hours so Kit can go watch The Martian. I probably watched it 50 or 60 times.
Okay.
It is phenomenal. It is great. Somebody said that Project Hail Mary was better than The Martian. Yeah. If The Martian's a 9 out of 10, Project Hail Mary is like a 9.05 out of 10.
Okay.
But The Martian it's an emotional roller coaster every time you watch it.
It's my 3rd favorite movie of all time.
All right.
They should have done an alternate ending, though. I'll tell you about it later, but no spoilers. So I hate to have the knowledge that it's probably Ocean's 12 and we don't know the year, and then we list it and it's backwards and we get it wrong. Although I think Ocean's 12, if I compare the 2 movies in my head, Ocean's 12 probably came out before The Martian.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Okay, so we're going to go Saving Private Ryan for 98, Ocean's 12 for 14, The Martian for 15, and the Odyssey for 2026.
Yep.
All righty then. Euripides nuts. What were you thinking?
So this is a meme. I've seen the meme. I don't agree with the meme. Nobody rescues Matt Damon in the Odyssey. He does it himself. But the movie's in the meme. It's a little quad box, and it's Saving Private Ryan, it's The Martian, it's Interstellar, and it's the Odyssey. And we don't know which came first between The Martian and Interstellar. We said 98 was Saving Private Ryan. We said 2014 was Interstellar, 2015 was The Martian, and 2026 was the Odyssey.
Okay. So, in all fairness, though, yes, the Odyssey, which is the 2026 one, that's true for the most part. But Tom Holland's character did try to go out to attempt to save his father. So, I mean, there was some feeling some people were trying to save him. So, anyway, your correct answers are 98, Saving Private Ryan, 100%. Well done, both teams. 2026 was the Odyssey, correct on both teams. 2015, both teams both got it right. It is The Martian. But where we differ is in 2014 was in Stellar. So Interstellar. Okay. Interstellar. By the way, for The Martian, I put the Martin, not the Martian on the spelling. So I had to figure out. That was like
Martin.
The Martin. Anyway, but I completely agree with Marcus on it. The Martian by Andy Weir is one of my favorite books of all time. Phenomenal read. and the movie is just chef's kiss. It's beautiful. It's one of the best interpretations of a book I've seen in a very long time.
And apparently Ocean's 12 is from 2004.
Yeah, I looked it up too afterwards. I was like, I think that's an old movie.
The Martian. I truly wish that Project Hail Mary was adapted as well as The Martian, because the book of Project Hail Mary is so wonderful. The book is so wonderful.
Yeah. My only gripe with Project Hail Mary is that it was just too long.
Yeah, which is why I have seen
really
40 minutes of it so far.
It's really crazy. So for me, it's the awareness of what the story was in the book and the choices that they made of what to include and exclude made me like it less. It's just like, gosh, this is okay. It could have been amazing. But if you don't have any exposure to it, it's really great. So it's like it's everybody's gonna kind of fall where they fall.
So after the midpoint, we've got a very good game, but we have some separation. Your Pretty's Nuts is in the lead with 80. Mild Turkeys have 75.
All right. Insurmountable, Rich. They're not climbing Mount Rich today. All right, guys.
We just need 3 good bonuses.
It is round number 4. It is question number 1. So today it is Chris destroys a hit.
Woo!
Normally, I like to be the one that chooses the song. However, our friend David Abelafia sent me in a question with a Chris destroys a hit on it. So we're doing this. So thank you, David. And for the record, Jonathan, David wrote this, not me.
Ew, David.
Name this 1993 mega hit, which topped the Billboard Hot 100 charts for 5 weeks, from the following lyrics. And for 2 points, name the artist.
5 weeks, certified mega hit.
You're okay with 5 weeks?
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge hit.
All right, just checking, man. Anyway,
my rules are very consistent. It is the inconsistency with which you do things that makes you bounce up against my very consistent rules.
Jerk face. Anyway, all right. Gonna say something else, but this is a family-friendly show, and I'm family-friendly.
Lord,
all
right, here, douchebag.
Here is your lyrics. Will you make me some magic with your own 2 hands? Can you build an emerald city with the grains of sand? Could you give me something I can take home? Anyway, it says, will you make me some magic with your own 2 hands? Can you build an emerald city with these grains of sand? Can you give me something I can take home?
I am 1000% rich. We're locked in.
Jonathan, can I get a meow meow, please?
Oh, my headphones fell off there. That was dramatic.
That was a lot of thunder. I am famously not a lyrics person. So unless it's something like I own the album and like read the liner notes, I don't really, lyrics kind of go in one ear and out the other. I'm more in it for the beat and the music. You got anything, Marcus?
So, will you give me some magic with your own 2 hands? Can you build an emerald city with these grains of sand? Those sort of rhyme. So, can you give me something I can take home? What would rhyme with home?
Okay, that's good.
The next line probably has the name of the song in it.
Sure. Roam if you want to. No, that's not going to be it.
Yeah, 1993.
Yeah, I was 8 years old. Like, I can't confidently say I don't know the song because we're going to find out the answer and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, of course I know that song. Never listened to the lyrics.
Yeah, I was also 8 for a portion of 1993. Although this sounds like a family-friendly song, maybe, unless this is the cleanest part of the song. And it's David Abelafia, not Chris. So does it sound like a man or a woman singing the song? Sounds like
I'm going to guess maybe a woman.
Yeah, I was thinking a woman too.
Yeah.
And can you build me an emerald city?
And men build cities and women don't. So that checks out. Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Marcus, like, I didn't build any city.
I'll tell you that story later. But so is there any like Sinead O'Connor? I'm just thinking Emerald City. Like,
oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, we could just say the one Sinead O'Connor song we know. That's the right era.
What is it?
Nothing Compares to You.
I think that's a wonderful answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sinead O'Connor. Nothing Compares to You.
Okay, so Euripides Nuts or dare I say Jonathan, what were you thinking?
You know, if I know the answer, I'm probably going to sing it. Will you make me some magic with your own two hands? Can you build an emerald city with these grains of sand? Can you give me something I can take home? I won't do that.
Oh.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. It is a female voice, and then Meatloaf comes in with the next line.
Well, before you said that, I was going to say, now that I know the song, can I get the bonus points for knowing the
No,
artist?
it is Meatloaf.
So, yes, I do know the song, but never listened to the verses.
All right. Your correct answer is I do anything for love, but I won't do that by Meatloaf. Well done, Euripides Nuts.
Yeah, good job.
It's so funny. When I practiced this last night, and by the way, just to let everybody know, even though I butcher a lot of words, I promise you every night beforehand, I always go through every single question, and then I forget everything the minute that the podcast starts. I literally practiced that as a rap. And you saw what happened to it. It just like as soon, like I said, it just like my brain just took a left turn at Albuquerque. So instead, I made it just like the song is, which is very operatic.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Anyway. Okay. But well done. Let's go on to question number 2 in round number 4. Is it literature?
Sure.
Hiroki Murakami's 1987 breakout novel, a melancholy coming-of-age story about a Tokyo college student named Toru Watanabe, caught between two different women, takes its title from a 1965 Beatles song about a chilly romantic encounter in a room paneled in cheap pine. Can you name this book? 90 seconds, teams.
I can lock Marcus. If you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've put additional thought into it, and if there is more to it, I don't think I'm going to get it. So, all right, we're locked.
Okay. So, Rich, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I know a good number of Beatles songs. I'm not familiar with the story of a chilly romantic encounter or a room paneled in cheap pine. Are you?
I am not. I mean, I'm not strong with the Beatles, and none of the ones I'm coming up with fit this at all.
So then we essentially are like, okay, we're looking for a Beatles song that we really don't know the plot to. And it's like, are there any other clues here? And so I started naming Beatles songs, and I came to Norwegian Wood. Now, I don't know what Norwegian Wood is about. However, Norway is cold. Chilly romantic encounter. Norway is cold. A room paneled in cheap pine. Pine is a wood. Could that actually be a clue, meaning to lead us to Norwegian Wood? That's my best guess right now. And I don't think I'm coming up with anything else, honestly. Do you want to go with it?
I think that is a strong answer, regardless of whether or not it's right. So I'm in.
Okay. All right, we're going to say Norwegian Wood.
Okay. And mild turkeys.
Yeah, I wish you would have given fewer clues, Chris. You could have just said, his 1987 breakout novel takes its name from a Beatles song and just ended it with that. So we could have gotten it and they could have missed it. So I knew I'm 90% sure that it's Norwegian Wood. My only question was if there was more words in the title, like, Norwegian Wood story or I don't know, something like that. But no, I think it is just exactly the same title as the Beatles album. And we locked in with Norwegian Wood.
And your correct answer is Norwegian Wood. Well done, both teams.
Y'all, that's a way better pull than it sounded. That was really, really good.
Hey, Kit, is it pronounced Murakami? Is that how his last? I believe it's Murakami, but
that sounds right to me, but I don't know that I've heard it said out loud.
Probably
All right.
more of a murr, like a sound than a mare. Murakami.
Murakami, got it. All right. Well done, both teams. That gives me joy. I'm sorry it did not give Kit joy, but it gave me joy. So your question 3 and round number 4 is in science.
Science.
Was that better for us, Jonathan?
I mean, honestly, that was well done.
All
Good
right.
to see everybody's back on track. I don't know what was happening earlier.
Question is this. In 1901, what German physicist won the very first Nobel Prize in physics for his discovery of a mysterious form of radiation, which he labeled with a letter to denote the unknown?
We're locked in.
All right, they're locked in. D's nuts.
I'm telling you, I'm not very smart sometimes. And I'm over here like, they named polonium after this dude. Is Marie Curie's husband? What's his name? She's like, and Rich is like, yeah, they named polonium for Poland, dude. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Who's this guy? Pierre Curie is the guy I'm trying to think of. But I like your answer better, Rich.
Yeah, I definitely don't have a thunder here, but I know, I think the SI unit for measuring radiation is still Rontgen's. I think it might be Rontgen was the physicist.
I'm willing to go with you. It sounds like a German name.
Hoping spelling is going to be generous here, but
does not count.
Yeah.
no negative points for spelling.
Yeah. So we'll go with Rontgen.
There will be negative points for spelling in the Spelling Bee coming up on August 29th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Get your tickets on the Trivial Warfare Army Facebook group. Go ahead, Chris.
Plug. All right. So, mild turkeys, what were you all thinking?
Well, I'm glad spelling doesn't count because I was trying to decide where the umlaut goes.
There's a children's book for you. Where the umlaut goes.
But I am fairly sure. I also don't know how to pronounce it. Röntgen. There's a like ROET. I don't need to spell it. But yeah, we've locked in with Röntgen.
All right. Your correct answer. He helped find the mysterious form known as X-rays is Wilhelm Röntgen.
Sure, both teams to get that right is really, really impressive. There you go.
That's good. And now I know how to pronounce Röntgen. So
now I would not use Chris's pronunciation as the official pronunciation. There's a good chance that
I did go on YouTube. It doesn't mean I pronounced it correctly.
Exactly.
Now,
just because you heard it doesn't mean you said it.
Okay. After 4 rounds, Euripides Nuts got a little bit bigger of a lead. It's 112 to 95. 112 to 95. But we go into question number 1 in round number 5. And the category is, I thought it was called Sierra Mist.
Oh, you want to Sherlock that, Rich?
If you're good with that.
Yeah, sure. We'll Sherlock an answer.
All right.
Okay. So one team Sherlocked, one team saved. Here we go. This post-impressionist painter voluntarily admitted himself into an asylum, Saint Remy de Provence, in May of 1889, where he painted one of his most seminal works. He died just over a year later from a gunshot wound many believe was self-inflicted. Can you name the painter? And then for 2 bonus points, the painting he created in the asylum. So shout out to the bonus brigade.
We can probably lock in with that, Marcus. We both said the same thing. Yeah.
We can lock it with our answers.
Yep.
Okay.
Rich, I love your response after the Sherlock. So we Sherlocked with 7-Up. And Rich stood by that after hearing the question. He was like, I think we should stick with 7-Up. I'm like, I don't know. I believe that this is Vincent van Gogh. And I believe that he painted a starry night from inside an asylum looking out through a window. So I think this is Vincent van Gogh and a starry night. You're shaking your head yes, which indicates you agree.
Sorry, this is not a visual medium. Yes, I agree.
All right, we're going to lock that in.
All right, they locked that in. So mild turkeys, what were you guys talking about?
Yeah, so we were gonna Sherlock. We didn't Sherlock, but we were gonna Sherlock just Starry, but then we decided not to.
That's the connection.
We locked in with the correct answer. We hope of Van Gogh, spelled G-O-G-H, and I think an alternate title would be Mountain Dew, because what that Mountain Dew, it produces a starry night. We said Van Gogh and Starry Night.
All right. So according to Marcus, I have to pronounce it Vincent Van Gogh. And and your bonus is Starry Night. Well done, both teams.
I remember, so I've mentioned a few times I used to live with a Brazilian, and I said Chile, and they were like, why are you saying Chile? I'm like, that's what I was told the correct pronunciation is. Like, in Brazil, we call it Chile. I'm like, well, son of a gun. How am I supposed to know what's right anymore?
Left is right, up is down. Or, in all fairness, knowing her, she could have just been messing with you, dude.
No, I don't think so. She didn't mess like that. She loved to be right.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and I used to date a Dutch guy who was very adamant to pronounce Van Gogh's name as though he's coughing something up. Like it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't even the F. It was the Van Gogh.
Don't worry.
I'm not going to do that.
Don't worry. Jan Moss is just being Dutch. All right. So
that's the theme.
No spoilers, Chris.
That was from season 3. Actually, season 2. But anyway, all right. Your second question in round number 5 is in World Sports Ball.
Sports.
And your question is this: what South American nation both hosted and won the very first FIFA World Cup in 1930, then won again in 1950 by stunning the host country in the final match? The defeat was so traumatic that it had its own name, the Maracanzo.
Meow meow.
Oh, we got some meow meows kicking here.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay. They are locked in, some mild turkeys. It's another sports question. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I'm okay. So, Marcus, you have an initial thought.
I think a good sports question would be like, what sport did Captain Archer play in Enterprise, or what sport did Captain Picard like?
He's doing it again,
with
Katie.
His saddle. She's probably given up watching the show by now. She knows I'm going to make her listen to it when it comes out on Spotify and all your podcast platforms. So I did think that Maracanazo sounds Portuguese.
It does.
And if there's very few things I know about South America, it's that in Brazil they mostly speak Portuguese, right?
So, yes. Do you know anything about Uruguay and if they also speak Portuguese? Because in my mind, like I have another inkling here that I seem to remember a fact about Uruguay winning the first World Cup.
And it could be that they stunned the host country in the final match. The host country could have been Brazil, and that's why they could speak Portuguese in Uruguay. But if you have some thought that Uruguay won the first World Cup, they would have hosted and won the first World Cup?
I don't remember a fact about hosting. I just remember, just in terms of just remembering trivia facts that come up from time to time, I would say I am reasonably confident that Uruguay won the first World Cup. And I mean, it's right there next to Brazil. It would not shock me if they also are Portuguese speakers there. I do agree that Maracanãozo sounds Portuguese, more so.
I like Spanish, how much, the more you say Uruguay, I like how much Jonathan is shifting in his chair and leaning towards his microphone.
Dude, if you sat here in this chair being uncomfortable like me, you would know that my shifting has nothing to do with your answers.
Never mind.
I feel reasonably strong about Uruguay.
Then let's go Uruguay with Uruguay.
And I am sports guy still, so
you're still you have the 3D medal.
She is sports guy.
You're sports guy. Let's do
we'll lock
that.
in with Uruguay.
By the way, we have to pause for a second because Marcus in the chat a couple questions ago said, "Let's lock in," and he said, "Plus you are on Jeopardy, and I've DVR'd Jeopardy, so together we've all done Jeopardy stuff." Oh, it was so good. And that's when you laughed at the same time, Jonathan. So it was just like, it was
really? Oh, that's great.
Yeah. All right.
He's secretly watching our chat.
There you go. Even though he has no access to it.
No, yeah.
Anyway, Euripides Nuts. What were you guys talking about?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is obviously coming up recently. The World Cup being the U.S. this year. It was a much smaller event back in 1930. Much easier for the host country to win, and that was Uruguay.
All right. Your correct answer is, in fact, Uruguay. Well done, both teams. This will be my last World Cup question I asked for 4 years. So fear not, everybody. I know I've asked a lot over the last few times that I've been on, but it's been a fun ride. But it's time to retire it for 4 years, and we'll be back. We'll be back around episode 1000.
You guys can ask more soccer questions. That sounds good.
All right.
Still got the UCL. Still got
All right. So your final question, round number 5, is by Debbie Sutter. So thank you so much, Debbie Sutter. Rides like butter.
Thank you, Debbie.
All right. Debbie.
By the way, we encourage pronunciation keys for your name, but not real pronunciation keys. Saying what it rhymes with is very helpful.
And just fun.
And
agreed.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with it, and so we appreciate that. All right, your question.
Sorry, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's just
in the chat.
I'm like, what does Kit rhyme with? I'm like, Kit rhymes with, oh, don't say that.
Oh, poor Kit. Oh, man, that's rude.
That's why I didn't say it.
Rhymes with grit.
Okay, so beforehand, I will say your category title is Not Throwing Away My Shot. The question is this. The Artemis 2's zero gravity indicator, a small stuffed item that accompanies crew into space to serve as a visual signal that they've left Earth's gravity, had what name? This stuffy consists of a smiling moon wearing a cap decorated to resemble Earth, featuring a brim covered in stars. Its name was inspired by an iconic photo from the Apollo 8 mission.
All right, we're going to give that a try. Right. We're locked in.
Okay.
You said pale blue dot is the name of the photo you think, and then I don't think that whole thing would be the name of the stuffy, so I suggested Dottie.
Yeah, we were trying to think the category, if that's more of a hint or if it's just like a photographic shot. Because I can't think of anything. I mean, that makes me think of Hamilton, and I was trying to think through the lyrics to see if there was anything in there, but I'm not coming up with anything.
Is there a character in Hamilton? I've never seen Hamilton. Was it? Is there a character named Dorothy? Because Dottie's a nickname for Dorothy.
Right.
Wait. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna have to pause the podcast now for another 3 hours while Marcus goes watch Hamilton.
I thought he was going to go watch the Golden Girls. Dorothy, or Wizard of Oz.
Sure. Yeah. No main characters anyway in Hamilton named Dottie or Dorothy. All right. We're running out of time. I don't think we're going to come up with anything better than Dottie. So you want to go for that?
Let's go for it.
Dottie.
All right. Euripides nuts.
So I feel good about where we got to. I'm betting that it's still not going to be the right answer for whatever, because just the specifics of it are probably going to be challenging. But I'm reading the description of the hat, and I'm reading a description of this stuffed animal thing, or whatever it is, a stuffy, and it looks like the Earthrise photo. So the object is a moon, and the hat is an Earth with a band of stars. So it's like you see mostly moon in front of partial Earth with stars above it. That photo is called Earthrise in my memory. So we guessed Earthrise. And the shot, not throwing away my shot, meaning the photo, the shot of photo. Betting we're wrong, but that's the answer that we're going with.
All right, everybody. Well, the clue was in the category, and it was a Hamilton-based clue. If you remember, the next line is rise up. Your correct answer is rise. Rise.
Oh man,
Okay.
we gave him too much, Rich. We were right there.
Even figured it made sense because when you hit 0G, it's going to rise. So,
like I said, I wasn't confident that we'd get the right answer, but we did figure it out.
Yeah, no, it was good thought process for sure from both teams. Just went a different direction. So after 5 rounds, again, Euripides Nuts is still in the lead with 134 to the Mild Turkeys 117. Your question number 1 in round 6 is by David Abalafia once again. Thank you, David. All right. Question is this. What alt-rock and contemporary Christian band popular in the late 90s took its name from a passage in the C.S. Lewis work Mere Christianity? The passage comes from an allegory which suggests that nothing we do in the name of God actually benefits him, since all we are and all we do is already his.
Okay, I think we're going to lock in.
Okay.
For a moment there, Marcus, when you said it's not, I thought that was to my comment. I thought you were 100% sure that my 100% answer was wrong. I thought we were going to have to have a little fight here. But no, so I'm thinking Jars of Clay. You think that might be also an album title, but it could be both. Like sometimes a band will have the same thing be an album title as another band's name. But Jars of Clay is 100% a 90s Christian rock band. The only other one I can name is DC Talk, which doesn't seem that doesn't really fit the rest of it.
And DC Talk has come up several times in recent episodes.
Okay.
Jars of Clay I think is a Creed album, but if you know 100% that it is a 90s band,
it for sure is.
I thought Sum 41 might be a play on Psalm 41, but I don't think they're a Christian band.
They're not. Yeah, and I don't know why I know this, but they named themselves because they formed the band on the 41st day of summer.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yep.
well I think Jars of Clay fits the allegory, so we're gonna lock in.
Yep.
All right, Euripides Nuts.
Yeah. We started out by listing bands like Creed, Jars of Clay, DC Talk, Newsboys, Casting Crowns, lots of other choices. But we did pick up on allegory, meaning you're telling a story that's representative of something else. And the last thing that Chris had in the question was, since all we do is already his, it's like an ownership thing, and you kind of own a jar of clay, you know what's inside of it and all of that. That felt good. Kit's right, definitely a band. They had a very big song called Flood, which was a really good song. Then it felt like everybody figured out they were Christian, and then they stopped being popular, which is funny.
That is so not true. That band, so good.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
good.
say they weren't good, Chris. I just don't see any other chart success after that. So it feels true. So yeah, we said Jars of Clay.
So your correct answer is this group had a hit in Kiss Me, as well as a hit called There She Goes. Your correct answer is Sixpence, None the Richer.
Wow.
Whoa. No idea. I had no idea that they were a contemporary Christian band.
Yep. I put the story that David put in there. So in Lewis's story, a boy borrows his sixpence to buy his father a birthday present. While the father loves his present, he is theoretically none the richer since it was bought with his own money.
See, Kit, nobody found out that they were, so they could keep being popular.
Are they?
I mean, for a couple of years.
They had at least 2 hits. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. Your question number 2 in round number 6 is in world geography, because if it's geography, it's got to be the world.
Kit, do you want to Sherlock something? Oh, yeah, let's do what you said, Kit.
Okay.
All right. Question is this. Located in Siberia, this is both the deepest and oldest lake on the Earth, holding roughly 1/5 of the world's unfrozen fresh surface water, more than all 5 North American Great Lakes combined. Can you name this lake?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
A very late 3, 2, 1. I thought this was harder than that, but we can if you Kit, Marcus, you good with that?
Yep.
Good.
All right. A 1, a 2, a 3.
Lake
Baikal.
All right, Lake Baikal is your correct answer. Well done. Man, we went from nobody to everybody, so love that. Totally
we did
on
not get the
me.
Sherlock.
What was your Sherlock?
Nauru, which is the country that just changed their name.
Yeah.
Nauru became Naero.
Yep.
They're more aerodynamic now.
Aha.
That was terrible.
All right, your
Bad.
your final,
It was really bad.
Your final question before the gauntlet. Your author of this once again is Debbie Suter. So thank you, Debbie Sutter. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thanks, Debbie.
Still mispronounced her last name. Sorry about that. And your category is Freddie and Diane. The question is this: Who is the artist? Who is the artist is known for her visual word art that consists of a black and white photographs overlaid with declarative captions stated in white on red Futura and Helvetic text. The phrases in her work often include pronouns such as you, your, I, we, and they, addressing a cultural construction of power, identity, consumerism, and sexuality. Famous examples include I shop, therefore I am, your body is a battleground, and you are not yourself.
Locked in with Thunder.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's an art / graphic design question. Come on. I'm going to be locked in.
Good for you. That's a nice specialty. I get credit for having art knowledge sometimes, but I feel I'm always humbled when somebody who has real art knowledge comes on because I'm very surface.
It kind of starts in the 1860s, though. Anything before that, I'm a little bit out of my league.
Rich, I was just about to type to you. I absolutely do not know the answer to this. I don't have an in here. I can make a guess. If you would like me to make a guess, it will be wrong. But if you have an answer, I would love to hear it.
Well, I was going to say it's unfortunate that we get to talk about this because I don't know that we have much to talk about. So
then let's save our time.
So let's do it.
We'll guess Judy Chicago.
That's an artist.
Laughing? That's a real.
Right.
That's a real female artist who did some really big works.
Oh, okay.
It's not right, but it's a name.
I'm very sorry. I apologize to Miss Chicago and to you for laughing. So I'm sorry about that. All right. Mild turkeys. What was y'all's thought?
Yeah. I think at the point that you got to the words declarative captions, I knew this well. So just to be safe, we just locked in with her last name. But we locked in with Kruger, but I believe it is Barbara Kruger.
All right. Your correct answer is Barbara Kruger.
I have heard her name before, and I just don't have her name attached to anything.
Because the category name was Freddie and Diane. Freddie Krueger, Diane Kruger. So.
Oh, wow. I should have paid attention to the category. That could have got us there. I've heard that name. All right.
There's also a really
Kit.
interesting story about a weird copyright trademark thing between, the company Supreme and her and the people that make the Obey posters. All kind of, it's a mess and it's great.
All right. Mild Turkeys really made this an interesting round with that one. Going into the gauntlet, Euripides Nuts 144, Mild Turkeys 137.
Nice scores, guys. Good game.
That was great. Your gauntlet category is Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
You said 144 to 137?
That's correct. 144 to 137.
Okay. Our wager's locked in.
Got it. Okay. Here we go. Your question one in the Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe gauntlet is this. On November 3rd, 1948, the Chicago Daily Tribune published one of its most famous erroneous headlines in American history, prematurely declaring this New York governor the winner of the presidential election over Harry Truman. What is his name?
All right. Our answer's locked in.
Locked in.
All right. Your second question is, what major tributary of the Monongahela River flows primarily through the rugged Allegheny Mountains of West Virginia before emptying into southwestern Pennsylvania?
I think the river that you started with is pronounced Monongahela.
Monongahela. Dang it.
You got it.
Okay, so
no, you're all right. We knew what you meant. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew what you meant.
Appreciate it. 1 minute, teams.
Are we locked or not, Marcus? Okay, we're locked.
All right, Rich. I think our best answers are those two. Do you want to go with that second one?
Yeah, let's just do that. Yep.
Okay. We're locked in.
All right. Your final question in the Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe gauntlet is: after visiting a Union Army camp near Washington, D.C. in 1861, abolitionist Julia Ward Howe woke up in the middle of the night and wrote new lyrics to the tune of the marching song John Brown's Body. Published on the front of the Atlantic Monthly in February 1862, what song ended up becoming the Union's unofficial anthem?
All right. Our answer's locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're thinking probably the same thing there, Marcus.
Yep. I think that's, yep, we can lock in.
All right, they're both locked in. All right, so let's go over the questions and the answers now as I finish up here. All right, and the first question in the Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe part is: on November 3rd, 1948, the Chicago Daily Tribune published one of the most famous erroneous headlines in American history, prematurely declaring this New York governor the winner of the presidential election over Harry Truman. What is his name? Euripides Nuts, what were you guys talking about?
I mean, this is an insta-get. We've all seen the newspaper. The name of the newspaper is Dewey, so we said Dewey. And it throws concern for the rest of the questions.
All right, mild turkeys.
Yeah, kind of same line of process. I think we both asked you if a first name was required because I don't know the first name. But I do know that the headline says Dewey wins in a landslide. So we did lock in with Dewey.
All right, fair enough. And as I said in the YouTube chat, I messed up. I totally messed that up. I should have reversed the question.
Oh, crap. No. Well, that messed us up then.
No. Anyway.
It did. For sure.
All right. The question number 2 is this. What major tributary of the Monongahela River flows primarily through the rugged Allegheny Mountains of West Virginia before emptying into southwestern Pennsylvania? Mild turkeys. What were you thinking?
Yeah, so along the lines with the first one, since that it was a word that was in the category, that combined with geographic knowledge led me to think of Chatham. Chatham. I'm not sure exactly correct pronunciation. I was hoping you would have asked about the river that flows through Pennsylvania's Allegheny Mountains, which is the Allegheny River that I grew up alongside. But that meets the Monongahela as they form the Ohio in Pittsburgh. So it wasn't going to be that form of answer in the question. But Marcus, you confirmed that the Chatham is a river. I know there's a Chatham College in Pittsburgh, which would be that general area. Yeah, we locked in with
that was the answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, the Chatham River. All right, and so Euripides Nuts.
We debated what rivers we knew. We know the New River Gorge is a thing, so we thought maybe the New River could be a thing. We talked about perhaps the Shenandoah because that's nearby. We knew nothing. But we knew that the first answer was Dewey, and Dewey was part of the category, so maybe this is going to be a trick question. We locked in with Cheatham, however it's spelled in the question, except the way that Chris corrected it to be spelled. That's what we answered.
All right. The final question was this. After visiting a Union Army camp near Washington, D.C. in 1861, abolitionist Julia Ward Howe woke up in the middle of the night and wrote new lyrics to the tune of the marching song John Brown's Body. Published on the front of the Atlantic Monthly in February 1862, what song ended up becoming the Union's unofficial anthem? Euripides Nuts.
Rich, you were there.
Yeah.
He was there? He was there?
He is immortal.
Looks good, doesn't he?
I had to go way back in the recall to get this one. But no, the song that is to that tune is the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Okay. Mild turkeys. Were you there?
Marcus had this one.
Yeah, we were there. We both said Battle Hymn of the Republic, and then we made a bunch of jokes about the last word in the category how, like how could Chris be this diabolical? But yeah, we locked in with Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Okay. So how I messed up on the first one is I should have just flipped it. I should have asked about Dewey with the correct answer being Truman, and just a little blurry-eyed. I came up with the gauntlet late last night, so my apologies on that to making that way too easy. But your correct answer for the first question was, in fact, Mr. Thomas Dewey. Thomas Dewey. Anyway, the final question, Julia Ward Howe wrote in the middle of the night the Battle Hymn of the Republic. So it comes down to the final question. The major tributary of the river that I cannot pronounce in West Virginia before emptying into southwestern Pennsylvania is the Cheat River. The Cheat River is your correct answer. Which unfortunately nobody got right.
Nope.
So it's
extremely deep cut of a river if Kit doesn't know it growing up there.
I mean, I grew up in northwestern Pennsylvania, and then I later lived in southwestern Pennsylvania.
Close enough.
Yeah. No, it's all the Alleghenies.
Anyway, so it comes down to wagers because nobody got the full gauntlet right. And so let's see, mild turkeys. What were you guys talking about for your wager?
Marcus, you did the math on this.
Yeah, so my math could be wrong, but I figured, they have more points than us, so they can lock us out, even if we bet everything. But if we bet everything, we'd have 274, which means they would have to bet 131 to lock us out. If they got it wrong, that would leave them with 13 points. So we bet enough to leave us with 14, so we bet 123.
All right. That's an interesting wager right there. I like the thought process of it. So, Euripides Nuts, what were you guys thinking?
Beautiful job on your wager. Rich, what did I ask you specifically?
Well, you asked if we wanted to, in different words, go big or go home. And I wanted to, in the spirit of Ted Lasso Week, believe. So I said we should go big.
We went big. We wagered 131.
All right. With a grand total of mild turkeys for 14, Euripides Nuts with 13. Your winners today is mild turkeys by 1 point. Wow.
Good job. I love a good wager.
The gauntlet first question kind of sucked, but the wagers were amazing. So well done, teams. That was great. That was really great. So
well done.
Anyway, yeah.
All right.
Great game,
guys,
Chris.
we're in a bit of a rush, so I'm going to jump right in here and say before we go, we'd like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes they care about. Marcus, you and Kit are today's big winners, but we're going to start with you, Marcus.
So quick shout-out to Katie, who has now sat through 12 of these recordings. And so thank you to her. Thank you to Avery and Ellis, who are also waiting. I'm about to take Ellis to a skating party. That's going to be fun. Rollerblades, not regular skates. And I guess for my shout out or for my cause, I'll promote shamelessly Trivial Warfare. I've been listening to this show for a long time, like many, almost a decade. And so maybe a decade. And so it really is like, I was thinking about it the other day, and it was like, okay, what do I regularly listen to or watch the most? It's probably Trivial Warfare, other than Star Trek. And so when you think about like being a patron and the entry level for all the episodes, you're gonna get more content than probably your average stream, especially when you consider the backlog. And you don't have to sit in front of a TV to watch it. You can listen to it anywhere. So I would say definitely for those, since this is on the main feed, like throw the dude $5 or whatever it is, $10, and listen to the backlog. It's worth it. There's enough content that it more than pays for itself, and it's pretty entertaining. Go back and listen to it in order so you can get some of the inside jokes. It's really worth it. It's worth the price of admission.
Thank you so much. That is beautiful to hear. We really appreciate it. And on the flip side of that, Marcus is a great example of when he mentioned 12 times. Marcus, when we send the emails saying, hey, you're now eligible to come on, Marcus is paying attention. He gets on. I want to encourage everybody to be like Marcus. Kit is sending out those emails. We're getting less people responding to those emails. So I'm always concerned, are people getting their emails? They're paying to have the right to do the thing, and now they've earned the right to do the thing. I want to make sure that they're getting the chance to do it. And so be like Marcus, respond to those emails so that we can get you on. Thank you, Marcus. All right. And Kit, over to you.
All right. Well, you heard me talk about it before, but I'll just say the URL this time, inklingtrivia.com. Signups start September 1st for the next edition. They'll get mailed out later that month. And just to throw an extra cause in there, support your local library.
Preach that.
Agreed on both counts. All right, Rich, over to you.
All right. So first I want to shout out and thank my wife, Sean, my kids, Declan, Elaine, and Finn. My oldest Declan's my little trivia buddy.
Nice.
He's probably going to listen to this show. So, and then two real quick, my wife is a primary school teacher, support teachers. They really need your help right now. When people talk about, the struggles with kids, coming to school with all the necessary skills, like support your teachers, read your kids. And the second one, for sure, I want to echo what Marcus said. These guys are amazing. This was a ton of fun. I appreciate getting to participate in the show. But just generally more like, hey, support creators. We're in an age of kind of like corporate takeovers, and with AI, like we're seeing just cultural blandification. So if you have something that you like, a creator you like, whether it's these guys, or your local newspaper would be a great one, or just like a YouTube content creator, hey, support each other. Let's lift each other up.
Love it. I don't know if that's an original Rich thing. The blandification of the world is something that is concerning, isn't it? I feel the same way.
Yep. Agreed.
All right, guys. That is going.
Hey, Jonathan, just real quick. The top fans today on YouTube.
Ooh, thank you.
Captain Kirk, #1. Well done, Captain. The Dongo ate my baby. And then Leah Popolinski. So well done to the three of y'all. We appreciate you guys coming on out.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you for doing that, Chris.
18 people show up and come on out today. So that was awesome.
Love that. And that is going to wrap us up. So for Marcus, for Kit, for Rich, and for Chris, my name is Jonathan, and this has been episode number 596 of Trivial Warfare. Chris, we're only 2 away from the start of what we're doing here with 600. So that's exciting.
It is super exciting. I'm ready. Plus 600, the road to 600. Let's do this thing.
We're right there. All right. I'm Jonathan. This has been another episode of Trivial Warfare, where it is not just trivia. It is, in fact, war. Bye, everybody.
Have fun storming the castle.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit propodcastingservices.com.
So this is not a spoiler before Jonathan comes back, but not a spoiler. Chris, the alternate ending for The Martian that would have been like, it would have turned the entire movie is when they open the hatch at the end, he just like pulls out a wrench and just goes to town. Like, and he's been angry the whole, like that would have been the greatest twist in cinematic history if he'd have done that.
But completely unlike the book.
Well, see, if you don't read the book, the movie won't upset you.